Well, there you have it. Issa Mahmood, the Nairobi Regional Police Commander, and a little bit earlier on, Michael Mushiri, the police spokesperson, speaking about that developing story where Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja is currently being sought by authorities on allegations of contempt of parliament. We've seen a manhunt that has been launched following that Senate directive. Remember, this is due to snubbing the County Public Accounts Committee in the Senate, the summons, and he's not the only governor on the spot. The Samburu governor, Lati Lelelit, is equally being sought out by police to ensure that they appear before the Senate CPAC committee. This seems to be the modus operandi moving on from now when governors snub summons to ensure they are actually held accountable. We'll keep you updated in case of any developments in regards to that police dragnet. Let's take a look at other stories making headlines right now. The Controller of Budget, Margaret Nyakango, is raising concern over the country's vulnerability of external debt profile amid fears of defaulting. Nyakango says that a significant portion of external debt, approximately 3.32 trillion shillings, falls due within 1 year, indicating substantial near-term repayment pressure. She said that although 1.41 trillion shillings is long-term, the skew towards short-term maturities exposes the government to refinancing and rollover risks. This report was prepared by Noel Nabiswa and voiced by Ian Nzive. Listen in.
The Controller of Budget appeared before the National Assembly Committee on Public Debt and Privatization, chaired by Balambala MP Abdi Shurie, to discuss the Consolidated Fund Service expenditure for the financial year 2025 to 2026. Nyakango said that the debt obligations will significantly constrain physical space and subsequently limit the government's ability to finance development and social programs.
Are we borrowing to pay external debt? Yes, yes, and yes. That is what we are doing. We borrow domestically to pay externally and also to support the budget. So this again is happening, and I may not say how many times, but we do this all the time.
According to Nyakango, the probability of government defaulting on its debt obligations is worsened by fiscal deficits, which has increased the public debt. She observed that fiscal deficits have become a moving target due to over-projected revenue collection that has not yet been met.
Fiscal consolidation, we are supposed to be increasing revenue, reducing expenditure. But we can't reduce expenditure when budgets are rejected and then they come in through the back door as Article 223 during supplementary. So everything that was rejected comes back and more. Not just what was rejected, but with more. They come with more bags.
According to the Control of Budgets, the review of the CFS confirms that the public debt remains elevated, with the stock standing at 12.29 trillion shillings as of December 2025, equivalent to 67.8% of gross domestic product. This level, she said, is significantly above the statutory debt anchor of 55% of GDP and continues to exert substantial pressure on public finances.
The sustainability of public debt, therefore, will ultimately depend on credible fiscal consolidation, the strengthened domestic revenue mobilization, rationalization of recurrent expenditure, and prioritization of high-impact development spending.
She made the remarks against the backdrop of a recent Auditor General Nancy Gathungu report showing that the government paid 6.6 billion shillings as commitment fees paid between financial year 2020-2021 to 2023-2024 on undrawn loans procured from foreign lenders to finance capital projects which question fiscal discipline.
Moving on, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries